I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, for those of you that are new here, haven't been, if you want to, do have a select board meeting policy. It's at the front table. I'm not going to read it. If you want to grab a copy to review, but just make sure everybody behaves and know what to expect in these meetings. Hey. All right, any adjustments to the agenda? I would like to move. Actually, yeah, let's move the committee reports up top to in front of new business. And I suggest we move the committee reports up to new business. That way they can give their reports, and if they can hang out if they want, and then if they don't want to hang out, they can head out. All in favor? Okay. So that's any other adjustments to the agenda?
Mr. Morris, for cannabis committee?
Yeah, you'd have to add in the two committees that are here. You have a cannabis committee and you have harbor masters here, actually here.
Okay. So I'd like to add the cannabis committee and a report from the harbor master. All in favor? All right. So we'll go with the age friendly, the communications committee. We have a representative. That's you. All right. And then we'll do
So this week at the fire, I did the coach and
Wait, before you do that,
see what else.
the minutes and the warrant.
yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to say the adjustment to the agenda. I'm trying to figure out what order was on the committee stuff in. Yeah. All right, we'll figure that out. Approval of the prior minutes. I move we approve the prior minutes. You weren't here, so I don't know how that works. I guess you seconded anyway?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. All in favor? Approve permanent treasurer's warrants. I move we approve the treasurer's warrants. Now it is. All in favor? Yep. On to the committee reports. Start with age friendly. Yeah, Miss Kimberly.
Very difficult report that I created. We're doing a couple of things a little bit differently in our monthly reporting. Just going to let you know what programs we had going this month that were active out of our standard programs, how many hours volunteer and age-friendly team hours went into it, and how many residents we serve. This to give you a very quick break of the things that we're doing. But the big one these months serving most folks were the same as at the meeting. Went to 39 houses twice, if not a couple more times than the 82 residents, if you will, but it's actually probably a little more than that. Some people live in those houses, right? So few more. Birthday cards every month. We send out between 77 and 80 of those. So keeping in touch with a lot of folks, and you can just kind of go down the list and see there. We had to cancel our monthly meeting last month because of the weather. So we had some hours, but no residents served in that. But see some of the programs we have going there. Major updates really are that we did complete the leadership transition from Candy Eaton to me, and we want to acknowledge all of the great work that Candy did over these years and continue volunteer for us and keep that going. Let's see other highlights. Another little bit of stat for you back in communications. We're just tracking kind of how we're doing it on a Facebook outreach. We're trying to do outreach to the community via Facebook and other media platforms, and we're continuing to grow that pretty well. You see the statistics on there. We grew our our views on the page from a little over 9,000 last month to 17,000.
Like exponentially.
So everything's growing. We're just reaching more people and we're able to, provide information that is beneficial to them. Those are kind of the highlights. I'm not going to read word for word what's on here. You guys are welcome to ask any questions or reach out to me at any point in time if you want to, but just wanted to start sharing with you, a little more detail, I guess, in terms of statistics and books of protection. So, any questions?
All right. Oh, just maybe the town would have you take over their Facebook website. Okay, thanks, Kim. Communications Committee.
The top part out on time. I've been contacted with Ray about updates for the website, and our Facebook page is. Facebook is telling me that they moved us higher up in the, what do we call it, algorithm, because of our quality post.
Wow. Nice. Okay. Any other comments on the Communication Committee?
Okay.
Okay, Cannabis Committee.
Yes, committee met the 14th of January, reviewed and finalized ordinance that we've been working on with minimal changes from the previous meeting. Hearings. That's my knowledge. It's ready now for public comment. Be made available. I'm not sure the time frame is there.
We're working on getting a final, ready for public version to actually get to be part of a public engagement session to see what people want to do. They voted that they wanted to create an ordinance. Now we'll tell them what we got going. Prepare people for a potential vote in June.
Okay, so you think we're gonna have it on for the town meeting?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Meeting? Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
All right. So how hard was it to come up with it? I mean, because last time you met you,
Not hard, just educational, trying to figure out, how to go about it. It's all new to me.
yeah. Did you have the Hancock group?
Yeah.
Help out?
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in it, and that's the problem. You look at some of the comparisons that people have done in different towns in the state, and they make you think about, one town put in no drive-through window, basically. It's like, who even thought about having a drive-through window?
Home delivery.
Yeah. And so it's like, all right, got to think about those things. Okay. So it just makes sense. Let's get DoorDash for food first, and then we'll warn you about cannabis.
I just saw Tracy's is doing DoorDash for food now.
Okay. It's too close to the house. It's not really appealing at that point. I can beat it closer than they can drive again.
All right. Thank you. And so that's actually the true committees. So let's do the group reports. Alan, you got anything for us? In the Harbor Committee.
Just working on getting into the Harbor Master.
You get a review of the mooring system, didn't you?
Yes. Board votes. We're gonna get into that, get the mooring fees. Going to mooring permits, then just ordering more float looks like a problem, but unfortunately.
What's the
My ramp is worked over, is out over today. I tied it, moved it back today and tied it, but the ice is raising havoc with it.
Should have been out of the water about 6 months ago.
Yeah, we
6 months ago.
we talked to 2 months ago. I thought that was lined up to.
Well, it was, and then we got the cold snap and I took sea lights out.
Master one.
And Charlie said, we gotta do that one on high tide. Of course, then it got cold and I got sick.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
okay.
end of
I
that.
don't know why it has to be high tide.
Okay.
I think something about their boom only goes so far.
Well,
if
we could even just get the ramp out.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
What do you need to do that?
The boom truck.
Still with the truck?
Boom truck on one of these crazy, colossal high tides, and then try and yank it and hope for the best.
I noticed it's pulling one of the bolts out that hold, I think, the hinge.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. It's a poor setup anyway. The whole thing is a poor setup.
I was talking with Alan, we could potentially move it to the other side, where the little skiff launch used to be. Move it out there, put 4 posts in the ground, right? So 2 it sets up on the high side, and 2 where it goes low in. Then you could put just 2 winches, 2 crank winches, and just pull it out of the water ourselves with 2 people.
Okay, well, yeah, what, if you got a better idea, we're all for it.
That's so far, besides getting Viking involved, but.
Because then you don't need anybody. Because then you could also, on a high tide, take the float and pull it up on the shore and just tie it to the shore, and I'll see you in the spring.
Way I do sea life. Pretty easy, I mean.
Yeah, that's fine. I haven't done it.
The
Obviously,
easy
yet,
there,
Yeah.
it's flat and high, like big tides.
So is there do we have a plan moving forward right now? We gotta wait till it gets warmer again before anything
Well,
happens, or?
we should get the ramp out ASAP,
Yeah,
unless this warm spell takes the ice.
yeah, I don't think there's any moving the float anytime soon.
right. So what do we need to get the ramp out?
Viking.
Boom truck.
And have you been in contact with him?
I can call Charlie in the morning.
As long as we can get to it. And he said he plowed,
Oh, there's plenty of room down.
Yeah. so.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, that's about it for me.
Yeah, this time of year, not much going.
No, not really.
Yeah, I know the spring, we're gonna look at a lot of the repair work at the 2 wharfs.
Yeah, that would be good.
Go forward on that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Kevin. Me. All yours.
The only thing I have is fee review schedule for the 2 ordinances that were passed last from the vote. I talked to it the last time I was here.
Yep. It's in our book here.
But what you might want to do, like with the rental inspections and that type of stuff. Again, my recommendation would be anything that comes out of these inspections this year, go into a separate account so we can kind of see
Mhm.
where things are.
And you indicated you can set up Trio for that?
Yeah, that's separate. Yeah, you can set up a separate receiving account.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so when it comes in, we can track a little bit better.
I don't even remember what the other ordinance was that passed at this point.
Yeah, so you had it was renting the building permit, it'd be tied to the building permits and the rental inspections. That was really it. But that all this would be used as a spot to capture fees in one spot, whether they're tied to ordinance or not. This way you have one schedule, you can look at everything instead of jumping document to document to find stuff.
Yvette, we had, in our last meeting, we had a date set for the
This next meeting.
next meeting? Okay, so we're gonna go over these next meeting and we'll actually spend more time on it. It wasn't on the agenda for this meeting, but thanks for doing it this way. This is what I wanted to see.
Yep.
So,
The other thing I had that is also kind of old business that's been brought up is solar ordinance. There's nothing in our ordinances right now about solar installations of any level.
I thought that was brought up back when
That was brought up back when.
Bethany was on and they were talking about it when Toby put his solar farm in.
Mm-hmm. And they put a moratorium in, which has since expired. So they have to figure out what they're doing. So we'll have to bring this up to have the next planning board meeting is in a week and a half.
Okay,
So that'll be a perfect thing for them to start addressing.
yeah, I thought this was
If you
doing,
would like, I could bring in East Machias's solar ordinance.
absolutely,
It was a
yeah,
few years ago. It needs some tweaking because we've already found things that are
yeah.
kind of outdated already, but adding in those few changes, it's been reviewed by lawyers, so it kind of
Makes it an easier process.
the other thing I have was under the old business with the auto recycling.
Yeah, we'll hit
Just
that.
the report,
Yeah,
right.
when we get there. Yeah. Okay, any other committee reports? All right, move on to new business. We have a liquor license renewal for Black Sheep Restaurant.
Just a renewal for the.
Yeah.
This actually gets done electronically these days. I don't believe this is, it's just, if everybody has
We had it open for public comment. Did we receive any public comment on it?
received
Any public comment on the liquor license renewal for Black Sheep? I move we review the. All in favor? Okay,
So that's them.
town road plowing contract, that was Willie. Yeah, it is here.
So just for everybody that's in, you want to refresh everybody, the reason why this is on here?
Yep.
Folks that weren't here before.
Yeah, refresh me, please.
Well, you guys asked to put this on here for the consideration of, you wanted to see what had been in place before.
Yep.
And consider, do you extend or do you put out the bid?
What date do these normally go out to bid?
These went out really late last time.
Well, let me say, what date should they go out to bid?
Yeah.
Okay, that's,
Now.
I guess that's the
Yeah.
question.
They should be out. The latest is February, March, and the last time they went out was October.
Okay,
So
So in that, there's a cost, how much things are going up, 10% for the first 3 years, and then to go another 3 years beyond that, it's another 5%. In that also, now instead of whoever's selling the sand, instead of them putting it up, I'm gonna put it up myself because we don't need. Make sure the correct amount of sand is going on the building.
when you say put it up, explain to me what that means. You're gonna be
Like,
ordering it?
like it in the building and mix it with the salt because. Seems like, you know, we, whoever's plowing should put it up, I think, and then they have an action.
it's having control over the product.
Yeah, oh, yeah, just,
Your price gonna be competitive to whoever bid on the price of sand?
No, I'm not selling.
No.
I'm
No.
not selling the sand, I'm not buying the salt, I'm just mixing it and putting it in the buildings. All I wanna do is just dump the sand, which should knock the price down considerably, because they don't have to hold a piece of equipment there, and they ain't there for 3 days trying to fill it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it gets a correct count of what is actually going in the building.
It's basically a coordination with, salt shed's ready. Okay, great. Arrange for one, arrange for the other, and then it just gets taken care
Yeah.
of. You do have the old one in front of you,
Yeah.
so you can do a comparison.
And I do think we should go stronger on the salt here.
Yes.
you said the old one in front.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hand you the new one. That is you have the old one. This is the new one.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't have the new one.
That's the new one. You have a new one here. That's one.
That's right. So,
Thank you for printing. It's always someone comes with a file.
okay, and refresh my memory. Last time this went out to bid, we had 2 responses and then 1 dropped out, and that's how you ended up with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Like Franklin put theirs up to bid, I was low bidder, Franklin, then put one bid in. Everybody's got, you drive from by Mountain View where the road changes, you can see what they ended up with. You can see that they didn't even go live, instead of selling the road, so.
I don't know if they're off the road there on the corner, going down the hill, they have going line.
Oh, yeah. No, not good. And in Sullivan, where you cross over, you can exactly see where we're, I mean, I feel, and we've gotten a lot of compliments, I feel that we do a pretty damn nice job on the road.
I have to say, I've heard. Sometimes it's not good to hear nothing. I've heard nothing, and that's a good thing.
actually, just from you guys are cool, because I live right next to Town Landing Road, and I get up early and you guys are, it's already clear.
Yep.
So.
I didn't expect you to do that good deal.
Greg, I am not familiar with how many people, Greg, you've got more background on this. Does it make sense to extend it? Should we go out to bid again, or what's your thoughts?
I don't know, I mean, that's one of those
You
things where
try
I
to do it
works,
yourself.
I'll fix it, but
He was crazy,
you know, we've never done a 5-year contract.
Yeah, and my
Well, this is, it's rolled up, so it could be 3 years.
Yeah.
Or 6 years.
yeah,
But it ain't gonna get like any cheaper, and the biggest reason that for the plow guys, and most of the plow guys I've talked to, they're all gonna try to do the same thing. It's so hard to buy equipment based on 3 years, you know what I mean? If you're gonna buy something, you know what I mean? You don't get enough money to like buy a piece of equipment in 3 years, you just don't, you know what I mean? So 6 years, you can get nicer equipment, do a nicer job, and 3 years is really tight. I think you're gonna start seeing everybody's gonna start expanding it out. I mean, that's what everybody's talking about they wanna do. I mean, because it's hard to bid on something. I mean, especially if it's a brand new guy or whatever, you got 3 years.
No, it's any business model. It's like opening a store and closing it in a year and opening it up in another town for a year, opening up somewhere else. It's your viability as a business changes when you have longevity.
I mean, I would even be fine with, we can do it up for the first 3 years that way there and with like an actual 6 year, unless there's a lot of complaints and then there's a reason to reject me on the next 3. But
Right.
I think the prices are fair. If you look around at how much more every other town's paying, like Franklin went from 110 to, I think the bid went through at like 162 or 63 and I was 173. Well, I won it the first time, then they put it out to rebid. And then they got what they got over there, if you want to call that even plowing. There ain't had a plow truck near the sand yard or anywhere parked there. He's got both trucks working on them, so.
Well, let me tell you, my only concern is there's somebody else in town that wants a shot at it. And if we just award it to you, that means we're not giving fair play to somebody in town that wants to play too. That's the only thing I'm looking at.
In my defense, I mean, I think
Yeah,
I've proven myself and everything else as far as how good the roads are.
Yeah.
Most people tell me they've never seen them this good. And on top of that, you're opening up the door for what Franklin had,
Yep.
what many other people have ended up enduring. I mean,
What you pay for.
Oh, absolutely. And
and there,
We're doing.
Yeah,
make a motion to it.
as far as in the town of Sullivan, I haven't read anybody that said they were recommending.
Okay. The one thing if you're talking about without to extend, some of the other contracts, what they do is if they want to extend something, you could meet at some point for a review with the possibility of extension. Like you're saying, if you want to make it if you say here's the 3, and if you want to do the 6, and you could talk up, I don't know.
Without putting it out to bid, just give them an extension.
Mhm.
That's a known thing that if everyone's satisfied at the end of 3, you know what?
Yeah.
We say, hey, we're doing good. We all agree. And we move on.
Yeah,
I
but
do just like it kind of set up that way because I'm gonna invest in more equipment, a lot more equipment, but I'm not going to, it's gonna be for.
right, you gotta go through it every.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just not worth it. I mean.
Yeah. I gotta go with your wisdom on it. It's,
Well, I mean, just do 3 and then give them the option extending it without putting it out to bid.
okay.
As
So
long
what,
as everybody's happy, so unless there's a bunch of.
well,
then it's
I
gonna
have a
be
review
ridiculous.
process in the middle.
Right.
Yep. All right, do we need to, is that already in?
I think so. Could you add something like that in?
What's that?
What they're talking about, a review period,
Yeah.
like halfway
Yeah, I
through?
have no problem with that. We write it, if you wanna write it in with pen down, I'll sign it. You won't be able to.
You want my handwriting in here?
I'll write it.
You want my handwriting in this?
Well, you won't be able to read it if I write it.
That's why there's a keyboard in front of me, because I know the limitations of my handwriting. Oh, so you picked a person with good handwriting in town.
Yeah. They have right to review and reject. You want to write up? Review and reject. Somebody get it right. Nobody did.
Yeah, if I wrote it, you couldn't read it.
Yeah. If I want someone else to be able to read it, I type it.
I can't even read my own writing.
Oh, I get that when I sign stuff. What are you doing? Prescriptions?
He plays doctor now.
Wow. It's a rough house tonight. You bring family in all of a sudden.
So what we're looking at over the course of 3 years, it's a $40,000 bill, which is reasonable, I think.
I'm not gonna find her.
Yeah, I don't want to get the phone call. You guys didn't go out to bid on it. Didn't know you wanted to.
I mean, the majority of people, everybody I've talked to, it actually feels good when you get a compliment now and then.
Yeah, you actually get the Thorn Road, and I don't even know how you have equipment left after riding that one.
The end of the Tongue Lake Road is the worst. So
Up a tunk.
you've been up the end of the.
That's a couple lines down. Hold on.
That's on our agenda for, that's,
You want me to sign it now, or how does that go?
any reason we wouldn't sign it now?
I shouldn't if you're going to vote on it and everything.
Yep, so what I hear is, make a motion that we
Accept the extension.
accept the new contract with Willie for, Castley Builders for another 3 years with the option to, review and extend.
For another 3 years.
Yep. All in favor? Oh, Greg seconded? Yep, all in favor. Yep. All right, where do we sign?
Yeah, they're right here. I'll get you guys something.
Yeah, get us,
You know what? Why don't you just sign on that?
yeah, give them, put a signature page
And
on
then
it.
I'll make a page up. This way Willie has a thing, we have
Yeah.
a thing, and then we're good.
Yep.
Choo-choo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
No.
Mike got it with him.
No.
What am I doing?
Oh, this one.
No.
It's gone.
All right. You got any more? Are we doing the same thing with Mike's? What are we doing?
There's no proposal from Mike
Okay,
because I said we're just gonna talk.
yep.
But then Willie shut up with stuff.
No, that's fine. There-
All right, so my pen got stolen. Right. So that's that one.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't done
What's that?
anything with this. The town plan?
Yeah, because the anticipation was going to be discussion.
Right,
Didn't think Willie's going to show up with anything.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
figured this would be discussion for something to bring back for the following meeting.
Okay, so this
There's
is also,
discussion of extension or bid with the,
same thing, so. Mike, in all fairness, for the town plow, give you the opportunity to do the same. You want to put a proposal together and see, and then we'll find out.
Shouldn't we put it out to bid?
Well, well, the same thing. See if who else wants to bid on it. If there's anybody else interested in bidding on it. Yeah,
It's always used to be that whoever plowed the roads did it.
the way they bid it last time, is they bid it split.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
It was, well.
Yeah. That was
It was important else with America.
yeah. Well, do you have interest in bidding on the town stuff too?
Fine. Sign it. That's none of my business, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna do anything with it. We'll talk about it. I don't know if,
But so at first you'd need to have something from,
a new
you know.
proposal from Mike. Yeah, from, excuse me, pickup services, yeah. Yeah, so this is the existing one right here, so I can
Yep.
look at that. All right,
Just for your know-how. I know there's been concern about my increase over the years. The difference is I'm using straight salt. The town is not paying to clean the 4 properties.
Right.
after the fact. Number 2, where they are town property, feasibly, I could get sand and salt out of the shed being this town supply, but I'm not. So that amount that I bid, the salt price comes out of that. I'm paying that out of my.
Yeah, but how much of an increase do you get each year? What's it equal out to be? Like
here.
5,000 a year?
It's right here.
50,000 over 3 years.
No, it's 15 and 20 and
No.
25, wasn't it?
Oh, it's right here.
It was 20, 25, 30. That's
Okay.
15 over 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did Willie get that much of an increase in 3 years?
I'm not gonna.
It's,
It's
yeah,
probably because that's, you know,
it's a separate bid.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's a big increase, $5,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, that
what's 10% of 141,000?
Well, it'd be a lot more than 5,000,
14.
Okay. So.
but you don't get 10% every year.
That's not, we're talking two different
Oh, I know.
contracts. Right, so,
so we'll have Mike drop something.
Yeah.
For next meeting.
yeah, to make it all for the same, give them the same opportunity, and if someone else comes in and says they want to bid on it, then that, so again, going with, you told me nobody else wants to do the town roads,
Not that I know of.
Yeah, so.
Neil had it last year or 3 years ago, he backed up.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he did home.
All right. Town salt road sand bid.
Okay, so the object with that was really what you were talking about, is
Yeah.
going heavier salt,
Yes.
then sand.
Right.
Because you end up, the sand you own forever, the salt goes away.
All right,
So that was really just about,
We ended up with dirty roads because we do not have enough salt.
Yeah, so you need a saltier mix. Now it's just about establishing what,
You wanna go straight salt, the roads are too crooked for it, and you gotta have sand there, the roads are just junk in Sullivan, so.
what are we thinking, a 50-50 mix or a 60-40?
I'd be impressed with 1/3. Third salt,
Okay.
I mean, 50-50 would be great, I'd love it, it'd be lovely.
But at least 30% salt. I'm just,
Less, but I think 1/3 it would be,
Okay.
let's try that per year and bring it up to debate the next year.
What are we doing now? What's the mixture now?
it's maybe 20.
One bucket to 3 or 4 buckets.
So quarter.
Yeah. So we'll go 30%. We'll try and figure out, we know what we used this year, which is good because you started from scratch.
So sounds like about 20.
So know what we used. Yeah, but we have a good baseline.
Salt weighs 2,000, sand weighs 3,000.
Yeah, so you have a good mix and we can say, okay, what's the total usage? But and then convert it into 30%.
I don't know. So you
It'll stretch further.
Because you won't have to pound the roads, because right now you.
Well, and this year is a little different. It's just like a real winter versus the past couple have been kind of easy.
But I
in
mean,
comparison.
just them loads that we just got of salt made a huge difference
Mhm.
on how much sand we had to use on this last storm. It was
Yep.
like a huge difference, because otherwise your sand just.
Yep.
Doesn't do anything.
So you need a saltier mix. Yeah, so that was the only point of that. It was just to find out where we wanted to be, and he's here, and that's a perfect time to talk about it.
good. Want to get his input on it before we make any decisions. His being,
No, I mean, that's fine.
I mean, and if you don't mind, I'd rather not put it in stone, because I have some salt and I have some sand there now, and I'd like to try 1/3.
Okay.
And try,
Oh.
maybe we don't need 1/3, I'll just try, right now I can actually try a few different mixtures and see what it takes to activate it, because it's only 20 tonight, and there's no sense to do it, you know what I mean? But
Not that I'm looking for another foot of snow, but
if a
have at
third
it.
is a noticeable difference, then we should probably go with the 3rd, you know what I mean?
boy, play Town Landing Road. Nobody drives on it, so that's a good one to test it on.
Exactly.
To do.
It's definitely a good test.
Yeah,
See where we.
it's not like it's heavily used in the winter, so.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Road maintenance budget item.
So the reason it says budget item. Upper Tunk Lake Road.
Yep.
Willie pointed out, they had that last spring. It was, well, that whole shoulder took a dump on us. I don't know that it's a straight repair the whole road, but maybe it's a repair the Snotty Spots Road.
On the Upper Tongue Lake Road,
Mhm.
You talking from Donnell Pond up,
No, top of the hill up.
top of the hill up, okay.
yeah, a little bit before, but,
Yeah.
as I've talked to Greg, we've talked to a few other people, even talked to Big Bob Jaddy, which is pretty experienced on all that stuff and everything. As Greg said, there's a lot of hot top there. I mean, you couldn't go through the process of grinding it all up, putting it back down. I mean, I feel you've got to do something, and a lot of it's going to be hard to tell what do you have underneath of it to be a lot of
You gotta
top.
find out the reason.
It should be gravel. I mean, it's all blueberry field up
Right.
there. So I mean, it might be a matter of, okay, we just gotta take it out, we gotta put 6 inches of really good stuff there. But I almost, and I never say this, but I almost think it'd be worth taking a couple core drills and seeing what you have there on a few spots down through it. You know what I mean? Not hiring a big company, but actually. I can do it. It don't matter, and Greg can look at it or, you know what I mean? But we should get an idea for what's actually underneath there before. Because you gotta put some kind of spec sheet together for somebody to do something, and I'm not speaking badly.
No, but you don't want to just lay stuff on top of it, because then you laying stuff on top of a mess. It's just going to be a mess.
The last thing we wanna do is not have it spec'd out right and pay a bunch of money in the road and still shit. Yeah, so.
Much mixes it. You could use the grindings to grade it with.
Right, but then, at the same time, if we don't core drill it, my honest belief is you don't know what's underneath there.
Right, oh, you'd have to find out why it's doing it.
Yeah, cause it's definitely, I mean, it's bad, and this is a lot, I mean, granted, everybody knows Sullivan roads all need a bunch of work, but.
No, but that was an especially bad spot.
And as me and Greg talked about, the one on Cliff Albee Road there, that one's, if you check that one out. Yeah, like you can, if you go through it with your plow up, the plow gear and actually digs into the hot top and will pop hot top out. So you have to go, when you're plowing, you have to go on the fucking angle. You have to go on an angle, sorry about that. Let's go on an angle in order to get through where the culvert is. She's like,
Well, I could go get McQuinn 7/8, but as cold as it is, you're gonna get 3 ads in the truck and the yard that's gonna be still in the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're gonna do anything now.
No, but I mean, it's.
Well, I think we gotta do something now.
Oh,
We
now?
definitely- Yeah, I mean, even, my thought is, to be honest with you, there's two ways in on that road. Get a hold of the concrete company, see when they're coming back through with the truck. Put cones on both sides. It was two ways into that road and fill it full of concrete and let us set up.
Yeah, but then when the frost comes out, you gotta, that much concrete,
Rip it out, then your frost heave's gonna come out, but I mean,
but 7/8 is
even if you
compact.
build half of ours. We try it. Go for it. We gotta put something there. Either that, just grab bags of sacrete and dump it in there. I don't know. Let's let the weather soak it up. I don't know. Something, somebody's gonna end up with the earnings on it like that.
Is it reasonable you guys come back with a suggestion on what we
Well, I
do?
say put
Yeah,
seven,
we've done
twin
it.
7/8 compact.
For the season, you know what I mean?
Now, where is that? What road?
Twins. Oh, well, where's what?
What road?
The one across from up behind Black Sheep.
Yep.
Oh,
The one right on.
I say 7/8 compacted with 70. Fine.
On the right. Yeah.
Well, because so you have Upper Tunk, you had that hole there. Now, as far as a road, looking at,
we're on two different things here.
Yeah. That's repair stuff and this and that. But as far as a road to do any kind of road item, you're looking at, I'm thinking Moranci.
Yeah.
That hasn't been done in a while either.
Well, all the roads.
Yeah. I remember Moranci last year, you had that one culvert that heaved and whatever.
Patch, Eaton patch.
It was this big.
Yeah.
Now it's this big.
They did both of them.
So just trying to think of where,
We've got two different conversations going on.
Yep.
So the conversation we started with is essentially, you've got in there, it says budget.
Mhm.
So with the thought is what, you wanted to increase the budget, thinking we ought to increase the budget?
Yeah, because we
Next
just
year?
did a whole good stretch of road that had
Right.
been all gone through.
Right.
Now we got a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be buggering ugly. So it could potentially cost some more money to get in there and do, even if it's not long as the other one was.
Okay, so, and then we started another conversation on patching specific areas up
Mhm.
Albies Road.
Yeah.
And then up on that. So what I'm hearing is two different things. So first off, let's put that budget aside for a
Mhm.
second and then talk about, Willie brought up and you guys were talking about Albies Road. Is that something that needs to be done now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we need to do to get moving on that?
I can go get 2 yards of 7/8.
I think we just plow it out and have it next door.
Well, I mean, if it does, we'll put more
Well,
in it. I mean,
Compacted it and it's gonna be frozen. It ain't gonna go anywhere.
Maybe.
but it ain't gonna hurt anything. Anything's gonna be better than what's there
Yeah.
now.
It's
Yeah.
quite a hole.
So I
Anything's
guess
better than
let's
nothing.
move forward with that.
And that's the only thing you can do with it.
And now back to your point. So
Mhm.
what you're saying is, what I think I heard you say, just you want to decide which roads, long stretches we start working on next.
Yep, get it on people's radar that we're going to have to figure out.
Yep.
It's not just here's a chunk of money. It's here's a chunk of money to do this.
Yeah, we came up with it last year and I think Upper Tunk up there was our next one on our list, wasn't it?
I think
I
so.
think so. And then
Yeah.
Moranci.
I plow the roads and that is definitely by far.
Oh, yeah, good. What's your suggestions on which one we
That
get
is
next?
by far, like,
Yeah.
it will send the truck right off the road. I mean, after, so it depends on what week you're up there, but because it's moving like constantly all the time, but sometimes you just gotta let the plow, you just can't even plow. I mean, that's definitely,
And that's Upper Tunk, right?
yeah.
Upper-
At the beginning of the season, which is weird, it's never gone that way before, but at the beginning of the season, it was actually worse than it is right now, but at the beginning of the season, I was driving a Jeep up there and it was bottoming out, a Jeep wagon here, and it was bottoming right out.
Wow. Yeah. What's, when does, they typically start road work for that type
Oh,
of
not
stuff?
till May, I mean, October, May, June, probably.
Okay, so I
We
think,
got some other roads that we need to pave, like the one behind Dunbar's. It doesn't need had, it's got one culvert need to be fixed and it's ready to pave. And
Yeah,
it's
so,
not-
so that's things you can put out to get estimates separately.
Yeah.
And we can play
Okay.
based on what's there. We can play instead of lumping it. We can say I had all these jobs. Give me prices, and then we can say okay, this.
in long story short, I think you're looking for you were suggesting perhaps another $100,000 in the budget for roads for this next year.
Yeah.
Which is, it is more now.
We had 400,000 a year.
We had 400,000 for this
And
past
we
year.
spent almost just about that.
322.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just short of that when we did Taunton. We had Taunton done.
And Taunton was in had been old culverts, this and that. A lot of work had been done on it.
Yeah.
Now we have other roads that have been, I mean, Miramar hasn't been done like ever.
I mean, you see Doug in comments and it's just, the mix is just.
Yeah, it's the same
falling
way.
apart.
So you have stuff that's was hodgepodge together 80 years ago, and stuff
I
that's
do
just
think
falling
any road
apart.
that you're gonna hot top, you should ditch it first. I do believe that.
So
I think that road down there is already just one culvert at the other end.
There's a couple spots in it that, and I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a lot of money, but I just think if you're gonna waste the money on hot top, you don't want the water sitting there, you know what I mean? You wanna be getting it out into the ditch so that it can travel. Maybe that road is right, maybe I don't remember it right, but it should, you know what I mean? Should be looking into
Oh, yeah, I mean, you gotta ditch.
all of that stuff.
All right, so we're gonna continue the conversation and decide.
yeah,
And you guys gotta tell us which roads should.
but this is the perfect time to start talking
Yeah.
about this, because he's been out there hauling around to
Yeah.
it, and we know within a watch time it's going to be all lumpy and nasty and getting all squishy. So
Yeah.
it's going to be even worse. So
So
just to get it on,
this discussion moves on to the next meeting.
should move it forward,
Um,
please.
not the next meeting. I think we bring it up again probably in
First week
March, April timeframe. We can start putting bids out perhaps then, requesting bids out
Okay,
then.
so March.
And what about a sign on the Pumpkin Road, 28,000 pound limit without, unless you get permission, like sell, like. Tom Drive.
We have to take a look at the ordinance and see is it exclusive? Do we have to revisit stuff?
Loaded triaxle.
We think that's next, man. We'll move.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll take a look at that.
Keep going here. Yeah. Good point. I think that's all for new business, old business, the auto recycling license renewal. And,
You should have a report in
Yeah, I
your.
Kevin got your report and your recommendation, and if you guys met, you guys all good? We're all good there?
Well, we need you guys to sign it.
Who's the, you're the authorized, that's you, pal.
Well, you want to sign it, me sign it, but this goes before you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sign it?
So you're gonna
Yeah.
vote and I sign.
Yeah,
I'll make a
okay.
quick
I
copy.
vote we approve. Second, all in favor? Yep. Actually, you've already done some work up there. I went up to transfer station, Saturday and it looks a heck of a lot cleaner already up there.
Well, we cleaned it, come on.
Yeah.
This has to be notarized.
I don't put it.
We get talking, what, is there anything the town can help you with up there that can help keep it cleaned up? Or
What you don't understand is when the other town manager was there, the DEP told the town that you couldn't have the metal up there.
Yeah,
So
up at
he
the transfer
asked
station.
me if I'd take it over there, and I said, I can't have people driving down back because they don't pay attention. They state their stuff up and then they say, well, gee, I sold my truck. Well, you shouldn't have been doing what you were doing, for one, because number one, they didn't even put it in the right place. They take a refrigerator and put it on top of heavy steel.
Yeah.
And it's like, what did you do that for? Well, it slipped down and hit my truck. Well, I can't help you there. So you can't let them down there because they steal stuff and they open hoods and they do all kinds of stuff. So I put it up there on the side of the road. Well, I put up signs and they don't even look at that. They just keep moving stuff down. So that's what it is. I took it because the town couldn't have it there.
Right.
And if you put up if you was to put up a dumpster up there, like your garbage dumpster you have, your wood thing or whatever that is, it would cost the town a fortune. You'd have to get rid of it because they don't pay for that steel. There's just no market. And so I took it, and like I was telling him, I planned to in the spring to move some of the cars out of the corner there and try and find me one of those dumpster things and put it in there and have people just go in around the edge. Last year I had this is for instance, had a kid call me up. He says, I've got a bunch of lawnmowers I want to throw out. I put them outside the gate. But the dude comes inside the gate and he piled them right on top of somebody's vehicle.
Jeez.
Took the hood, the whole nose off the Suburban. And it's like, I get there and I'm like, and I'm like, what did you do?
Work with that whole different one there.
Oh,
I mean, it accumulates fast. I mean,
It's inclement weather.
yeah, okay. I get it. So I almost wondering if, let me have a conversation with this guy over here and see if we might have an idea.
but that was the thing. It was before he was in.
Yeah.
And he made the deal with me to do that. And I said, well, I'll do it. I don't care. And well, back then you could actually get a little bit for it, but now it costs me money because I hired 2 guys to help me load all that stuff in the bucket and take it down back and dump it.
What about if the town allowed you to use some of the old dump property to put a couple of the,
Can't put it on top of that. They won't let them.
Yeah.
Won't let you.
with dumpsters you can't?
No.
Not on top of the old dump in front.
Yeah.
Can't put
right.
nothing on there.
Beginning of it isn't done.
Yeah, it's
What if we,
they're very specific. I went with. They're really picky about all that up
We
there.
already
It's
looked
crazy.
into it before.
what about where the
Dumpster.
dumpster is for?
And that was the whole thing. That's why he doesn't know anything about it. I mean, because.
Don't answer yet, just
And
Yeah.
keep getting around.
I mean, I know there's people that complain and there's people that complain that actually put stuff there.
Yeah.
If we could come up with a different spot close by, I mean, that's not on the main road. So that would just require a
But
requirement.
see, you can't do it on anything on the town because you don't have this. You don't have the state license.
Yeah, I think
No,
I think we need to just like revisit this again and see what the.
yeah, it would be something like maybe we could lease some property for low cost.
But you
Like-
can't.
They didn't have to transport.
You can't do that.
We're not talking a great distance.
So you have, the best thing you could do is find me a container.
What I don't think is, I think, offering that service is fantastic. What I don't think is right when you drive by and there's like 15 wash machines out there. That's not someone from town that their stuff broke down. They don't know what to do with it.
No,
That's some,
from Sullivan.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised the stuff that comes out of Sullivan.
yeah.
There's a lot of.
But sometimes it seems like someone's taking advantage of a situation and that's not fair to anybody.
If it's an out of towner, they'll call me and ask me if there's a fee to drop it there. And I tell them to bring it and meet me there and I take it down back. But most of that stuff that's out there is all Sullivan.
As long as you know and you're confident. I just don't want no one abusing.
But I
Your situation.
I want to make it look a little better. So
But, well, we recognize it's a service you offer to the town, and I've used it, and I know Toby uses it, and all of us uses it,
Twice.
but let's figure out how to make it work. So it's easy for you.
I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And the state always changes their mind on things. So who knows if they've changed their mind on anything. It's worth asking to see, hey, what can we do? And if the answer is the same,
Stayed into something.
Yeah, it's a state and then you just brought a hornet into the. Yeah.
but it's worth finding out, no, still no, versus not asking. Because there might be a yes in there
I
somewhere.
have fought with DEP for so many years.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the answer before she finishes the sentence and has the right answer,
Well,
you're done.
DEP gave me a report from up at the transfer station. They said, you got these asbestos tiles on the floor. You got to take care of them. I'm like, what? Yep, sitting over there in the grass. Got to take care of them. So I walk over. I'm like, are you kidding me? I picked this up. It's some 1980s Armstrong. I picked one up and it says Armstrong on the back. I'm like, this is not asbestos. This is 20 years old. Someone ripped it up off their floor and they put it here. No, you can't just, no, I know you have to. These are asbestos.
Anyway, okay.
They weren't asbestos, cost the town $500. They are wrong at times.
Yeah.
So, worth
But
an answer.
anyway, we want to make this work. So
Yeah.
it is the story. So,
I'll see what I can do when we get some weather.
well, and I've got an idea that maybe we can kick around and see what we can make. If
I
it
mean,
works.
there won't be too much stuff in this time of year because people just are not cleaning.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, the other thing is actually you're cleaning up the yards around. So it's in one spot. And those people that are complaining, that's looking at that stuff, they really should keep their eyes on the road because they're going way over the speed limit.
Yeah.
Let's be a good time to mention those trailers down to Living Lessons.
Yes. Yeah, it was something we brought up. That's off on,
The old.
Moose Way.
yeah, on Moose Way.
Libby's Lane.
Take it over.
Told them
We just want to know, does anybody want those things?
No, nobody wants them.
Mhm.
So they did the one down in Florida that was on the property down there.
I crushed it up, put it in a
Yeah,
dump
put
truck.
it in a dumpster.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So that's what we'd have to do is
yeah.
Yep.
put it in a dumpster then.
Yeah. Yeah, we meant to ask us if you want them, you're welcome to do them.
Yeah,
Those
you
are,
don't like to. take
also,
off the DEP.
what happens with that is
Sit
when you
and
take something like
clean.
that, a camper or any of those things, the guy comes with the grapple and he crushes off that and he pushes it off to the side, says, you're responsible for that.
Yeah.
It's taking this little tiny bit of metal.
Yeah, he wants the frame, and you get the garbage.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh, it was worth asking. So yeah, good point. You're gonna ask. So. All right, any other issues on that? You guys are good to go?
Thank you.
Thank you.
But like I said, as soon as the springtime comes, it'll be something different. You know, it does look bad, but like I said, we clean it about every month and
Yeah.
it just whoop,
No,
it's back.
and you guys actually do provide a service. I know a lot of folks use it. So
And
yeah.
I mean, some of them people are just ridiculous. I mean, I went out there one day and there's a refrigerator. I mean, you couldn't walk by it without getting hit by a car. I mean, the refrigerator right out the road.
Yeah.
It's like you come up the road, you look, Jesus.
You might put some of them down around that corner. You guys
Yeah.
have them coming from the fence coming around that corner. Wreck some of our.
Yeah.
Property.
Yeah, I made a big mistake that time. The box truck came out of town and rolled it over through my fence and over a couple of vehicles. And it was leaking fuel, so I went out and I hauled it back up into the road, put it on its wheels, and cops had it towed off. And I said,
You
"What
got
am
a
I
busted
doing about
fence."
my property?" And
Yeah, including the truck that was on the other side of the fence that ruined. the
they
whole
wouldn't
town.
they wouldn't even tell me who it was, so I could get a thing going.
Right.
Nope. So,
Yeah, it's the corner.
All right. Update on Shellfish opportunity at Gordon's Wharf.
We gotta push that to next meeting.
Okay, that's Mike
That's-
Senior.
Yep, Big Mike.
Okay. Now, did he?
Yeah.
Updated. Updated contract.
We've been playing tag and
Yeah.
miss each other.
Okay, so that gets moved to the next meeting. Solid waste contract discussions on not continuing demo drop off.
So it's no secret that I have been looking at this demo for a long time to see if we are losing money or not. And we either need to adjust our rates way up or discontinue the service.
Right.
Because the fact that you can go with a full back of a big pickup truck is $30, and that's not nearly covering the cost of what it could potentially be.
No,
Does it go by weight?
We don't go by weight.
no.
Oh, so when it's full, it's full, so.
The way to do it,
Dumpster You dump goes by weight.
Yeah, the dumpster itself.
we pay to dispose it by weight.
Yeah,
All right.
We sell your ticket to the demo thing of
Bulk.
what you got? Oh, I got a small pickup truck. Okay, $15. I could have $15. I could have a truck full of pillows, or I could have a truck full of cinder blocks. We pay for the cinder blocks. The guy's paying for the pillows. It's just one of those things. It's a big.
If we keep it, would need to raise the rates and also secure the whole area a lot differently, because it's not even in the winter. It's not even locked up.
Because
Anybody can go up there and throw
because
stuff
we
in.
need to frequently keep it open for
Right.
plowing.
So we'd have to move the gate to the actual. Well, even then, it needs to be open for you guys to get in there and plow.
Well, there's a gate right there where you go into the salt shed. Chain or cable, isn't there?
There's a cable there, but what ends up happening is one thing to try to keep keys when you
Oh,
have
no. 5
different people going in there and everything, and the lock freezes up solid, especially this year. Then you can't get in, you know what I mean? It's frozen, but I don't know. I mean,
And people do expect that thing to be plowed. So we do have to keep it open on a regular to make sure we can do that.
I just.
And to fence in the actual demo dumpster, there's a 4-foot fence. I know. I get a couple of guys I could throw a couch over the
Dumping
fence.
there, my opinion. I mean, I see tracks, you know, how many people are waiting. You probably got one or two that are gonna go piss
Yeah.
and some stuff.
I think we're just not covering the cost.
We're not covering the cost. You gotta go up, but I would really highly recommend that you didn't get rid of it, because if you were to get rid of it, you'd end up with more trash in people's toilets.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you're almost better off to keep the prices the same. let
So
the town
I had an
follow it.
idea. I had an idea on top of that. She's talking about trash in people's dooryards. So they're just going to holding on to it just because. So some towns, they do like a bulk day. Bring your bulk junk and you get rid of it.
Running that twice a year.
Well, we're
So,
talking the same thing.
So-
It's kicking the idea around.
so if we're going to take a loss on something, let's control the loss we take. If you didn't have demo, but you had 2 40-yard dumpsters in April, 2 40-yard dumpsters in September, bring your stuff free. Now I control how I lose my money. So you empty your dooryard and you bring it in. So whether you're getting your own place or your rental place ready for spring or wrapping up from the season, we give you the opportunity to get rid of your stuff, but you're not going to come with the shed that you just tore down for $15 and throw it in the dumpster, because that's not fair to the town.
See, I was people, some of the people bitch at April, they weren't there to put anything in it, but they paid for it.
We have more year-rounders than they have. So,
Well, and again, we could adjust the dates.
Yeah.
If we do 2 dates.
Yeah,
I think getting rid of the opportunity for folks is wrong. Supplying a service, because that's what people use it for, is the service.
but at the same time, like, we'll just say that you get a call, right, and you tell him to go to someone's house, you clean your door out of like in water. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think the town should just allow whatever they're losing and suck it up. I mean,
Well, then that should be something that gets put at town meeting
yeah, but I mean,
to let people know, here's what the story is. Do you want to keep funding this?
yeah.
Because then at that point, then you maybe
Shut it down, but I mean, I think it's gonna be a tragic mistake if they do. I mean, because
Well,
just a lot of people that can't afford to do it. And the other, you know, are we shopping around, putting it out to bid, you know, like how much?
we even tried to as an alternative to it, because a lot of people end up their recycling goes in there. I looked at getting a recycling dumpster. Recycling per ton costs us more than the demo per
Yes,
ton.
but what I'm saying is like we're getting different prices from different dumpster companies, like who's doing this one now, DMJ?
Demon J, because it pairs up with the regular municipal waste.
Right, what I'm saying is are you better off to like, there's quite a few dumpster companies around and say, how much will you do it for tonnage and how much for your dumpster? Can we knock it down into that?
Yeah, the rental fee is
DM and J though, don't they?
Huh?
It all ends up in
No.
DM and J though.
No.
Demon J
Well,
transports
take it
out.
all the way up there. And I'm not saying anything one way or the other. I don't do enough dumpster business or anything else, but I can tell you that in my trailer park, I tore down one trailer and I took it to DMJ. Tore down another one and then sent a call past Bangor, wherever in the hell he goes. And I saved a huge amount of money. Then another story that I have is I used the guy in Blue Hill, what's his name, the same one that's got the dumpsters up front of my driveway, because I got done with DMJ. And my costs have like broke him down like probably by 35% versus DMJ. And I'm not saying that's the case every time, but it wouldn't hurt to get a few other dumpster companies to see where we're at. And another thing, way off this subject, just something you guys keep in the back of your mind, I don't even want to talk about tonight. In a lot of times because I just ordered a bunch of handicap porta potties, whatever you guys have handicap porta potties, they're supposed to be handicapped, and that's something that we're gonna be getting
Yeah, that's we had them this year.
pretty soon. Oh, you guys did upgrade to them? Because I know that's one thing that we've had a few towns and schools and stuff.
Ray, can you put a dollar on, I know you've got the numbers,
Mhm.
but what the average cost of that thing a year costs us? Let's bring it up and continue the conversation.
Uncovered.
I was at the same thing you will. I don't know what the impact would be if we got rid of that. Was it better or worse
I
than
think
what
it's
we are
gonna
now?
be way worse. There's a lot of people.
Because the real fair way to run demo
You're gonna have
is with a scale.
sitting on someone.
No, but a scale is the real way to do demo, because if the person bringing lightened up version of a 8-foot bed pickup versus the guy that's loaded up, they pay the same price, but we, the taxpayers, pay the other price.
The hard part is any skate, we tried to use the meter on the side of our truck for septic. Here's a perfect example right here where I said, you know what, I'm gonna be fair to people if the charge for these a gallon that I'm pumping of your septic, right? Well, unless I have that regulated and checked by the state
Right.
twice a year,
Mm-hmm.
nobody owes me a dime.
Yeah, you'd
Because
have
I'm charging by the gallon, but I can charge by the tank all day long. But if I go to charge by the gallon, then I gotta get state regulated. twice
exactly.
a year.
You'd have, so that's the one thing. The town would have to have weights and measures come in
Right.
and certify that scale so it is fair and it is
You're
even.
gonna spend a fortune.
Exactly.
getting the scales in there, you're better off to just.
And that's where the
I think-
things.
I think if people are getting a break to get the dooryard clean, to get the couch off the front yard, I say, I mean, how much is it a year?
Well-
Like, what's the total that we're even spending up there?
We're losing approximately $7,000 a year up there.
I would say 7,000, like minor. I
So
mean,
if we
Well,
had,
appreciate the feedback. This is
Yeah.
good feedback. 'Cause-
I mean, if we look at the statues up there, that's fucking ignorance.
Okay, no,
Get rid of trash.
no, but that's a thing that someone should agree to, because if you're going to have it that, we're okay with taking the loss, but the people that don't use it are paying for it.
Well,
That's where people sometimes have a position.
okay, well, let's,
Numbers.
we're not doing anything with it now.
Numbers.
Numbers. Let's look at the numbers on it and get some hard numbers on the thing. All right, we got kind of a good update on the Gordon Wharf float already. Thanks for your feedback. There's come more of these. We got the drug and alcohol policy.
That's being rolled into a human resource policy.
Yeah, we're actually.
That's in the
We are
works.
supposed to have a personnel policy. We don't. Ray's been cranking through on putting one, actually he and Kim are working through it because Kim used to do that for a living. So he had a draft. He's giving him feedback on it.
Yep.
It's just a normal personnel policy. The town's supposed to have one.
And drug and alcohol was part of it.
And just, yeah. We're going there. All right, town manager reports. What do you got for us?
Well, we had all this. What else did I have? I don't even know anymore. I think, it's just, you just brain dump the whole way. No. Did I forget anything?
About that fuel situation.
Yeah, we've been getting, so we don't know solid, but we've been getting reports that No Frills is in trouble on various situations. And I know that
You feel in trouble, what, financial?
we don't know.
Okay.
No Frills having troubles. We at some point might need to just pick up a different oil vendor if No Frills is in trouble.
Okay.
So we don't know what,
How much?
yeah, we don't know exactly what that means.
It's a family dispute.
So I don't know how it affects us. I don't know what the story is,
Financially, fuck no.
but if it ends up impacting us, we may have to make a switch away from them. We don't have a contractual obligation with them. So just to put it on your radar.
Okay.
If you don't see No Frills bills no more and you see somebody else's bills, that's
That's
why.
why. Okay. Yep.
since they lost Bill, they've gone.
They have. We use them and they screw up a lot of the deliveries, but as far as financially, they're good. And I think Bill's actually coming back because.
No, he's with statewide.
Yeah, but he's going back to the family, I think.
You think so?
I heard they made a pretty damn good offer to him to come back.
Imagine it.
He's buying the whole Smee back.
Okay.
So
Whatever they got going on.
it's only rumors in the sky, but
Let's go ahead and move on. Public comment. Any other public comment on what we've talked about?
I did it before.
Yeah. Actually appreciate the input. It's good to making us smart and we can't make these decisions in a vacuum. So the more people come in giving us their opinion, the more it helps. Board comment. The only comment I've got on it is we've got the budget coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We need to at least make an attempt to put a budget committee back in place.
you guys had been talking about last go around is about setting up a new budget committee. That's what was on the works
Yeah,
at the end of last cycle.
yeah. So I think,
So one suggestion I heard was to invite former select board members, former town managers, people that have been on the user end of budget, maybe having their input. That could be helpful.
I think we ought to put a public call out because I would like some folks that have never been involved in it before.
Mhm.
So when they've got a question on why do we do something this way, like what I did last year, I learned a whole lot about it.
Yep.
So I think we need to put a call out in the flyer or out on Facebook and whatever and say,
We'll set an initial meeting date
yeah,
and we'll see who shows and we'll take it from there.
yeah. Are you okay? Do you need anything more from us on that? You're good to go.
No. We'll decide, we'll figure a date out.
My question is if somebody is, well, I was on the committee once and then I got kicked off by a bunch of laughs, but my question is if somebody's on it, are they still allowed to bid on town warrant? How does that work?
Oh, absolutely.
You just have to
So-
recuse yourself in that part of the budget.
Yeah.
Right, but let's say that I say, well, we should spend $500,000 on the road instead of $400,000.
That would be the one thing.
Am I
that-
allowed to still bid on projects in the town?
So if you were going to be involved in something that could directly impact yourself, I would play more of an advisory role than a decision-making role, because then no one can ever say that you tried to make decisions for yourself.
So just don't vote on it when it comes time to vote in.
You abstain from, listen, I'm just like here, you shared some info and you kind of have to, listen, you guys got to decide. That's really is. You put some insulation between you. So decisions made were never guided to help you specifically.
Right, because in the budget committee.
You're making decisions to help the town. You're making decisions to help yourself.
The budget committee, the way it works, we did last year, because I was on it last year, and then I got frustrated and,
I was too, they wouldn't call me.
oh,
They wouldn't even tell me when a budget meeting was. And then I got kicked off at the town meeting, remember, Greg?
that wasn't last year.
Year before.
Okay, yeah, because I was on it last year. I didn't know you were on.
I never knew you were on.
Last year, right?
No.
You.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember you on here.
So I got a question. Your question, do you mean during the budget meetings, can you have a say? Or at the actual town meeting?
The way I would suggest what happened, if you wanted to do it, when you get on it, you have a chairman of the budget committee, right? And so when stuff comes up, the budget committee will usually vote on line items. And if it's something that would impact you, you recluse yourself from the vote.
Right, but I just don't know where that line would be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of a tough line, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you provide an educated input.
I guess
to what goes on.
something that actually pertains a certain road or something, and I was gonna bid on it, but I shouldn't.
Well, the way that works is the roads that we decide to work on aren't made. Those decisions aren't made in the budget committee.
No.
Just the amount of money that we set aside.
So I should be fine in that.
Yeah. As I was thinking through last year, there was nothing we talked about last year. He wanted to spend a lot of time focusing on roads, but that's not the purpose of the budget committee. Budget committee is to come up with, okay, here's how much money the town of Sullivan has every year to work on the roads. You guys figure out which roads you're gonna do.
Right.
And then we do that in here, and that's part of what Greg's role is. So I think you'd be fine,
Okay.
to answer your question, Willie.
Good. So there is no budget committee now?
Well, most everybody quit last year. We had a place at the town meeting for the budget committee to sit up with the with the select board, so they could answer questions and this and that and field them.
We
And
had some disagreements with the chairperson and a number of us.
no one, they didn't, and only one individual actually chose to set up, and then at that point chose to sit in the audience instead,
Yeah, because.
and left the budget committee.
Right, and that's what my background is, so I would participate in the meetings, but I'm not a voting member or anything like that. I'll just sit and talk with folks about it, and if they have questions on how the budget works, I can answer them, but I wouldn't vote on it and stuff, and then till it comes back to the select board. So the budget committee comes up and says, okay, this is what we think the budget should be on all your expenses for next year. All right. And then they bring it to the select board and we look at it and say, yep, or nope, let's go back. Maybe we do something different. And then it goes to, once we decide, then it goes to the town and the town votes on the overall budget.
Because at this point, what I did so far is first week of January, I pulled where are we? We're halfway through.
Yep.
How much did we spend down? So I already have a budget fleshed out.
Yeah.
And I went to look at what's the county stake in this, because the county taxes, it's a line in the budget.
We have no control over.
So I looked to see what they had talked about for a potential uptick. I added that in. I looked at, because we got a heavy increase from the schools this past year. I added the same onto it. So we have relative numbers to work with. Because after you get the budget, it's the real question is, well, how are you paying for it? What revenue accounts, what reserve accounts can you pull from? Are you getting any state aid money for roads? And all revenues that come back in, and how are you going to pay for this? Because ultimately it ends up being, what's the property taxes?
Right.
So our goal,
what comes out of that is the mill rate for the property taxes.
so our goal last year was to keep, regardless of what increases are going to come, is to keep the taxes as close to the year before as possible. So you first had to know what you were working with. And the real work was, how do we meet that goal?
Right.
Not how much you're spending, is now how do we meet that goal?
And even though the school district, we got stuck with a bunch more money from them, our tax rate was flat, or it went up
$4,600.
Yeah,
It went up.
$4,600.
The town expenses went up $4,600 from the year before.
Yeah. So when people say, and that's what it's good education, because people say, "Oh, you guys are spending." Guys,
We know the schools is melting, just like the.
Well, and the county went up
It's all 45 fucking people working down there, 3 to do it when I was in school.
right.
But the county taxes,
It's crazy.
the county taxes last year went up 15,000.
Yeah, and so in the
So things
town,
we don't control.
the town money, it's taxes. Actually, we put money back in to pay for the taxes. From the town money had an excess, it rolled back in to the taxpayers. So, but people don't never understand that part. You guys are spending all this money. So we spent less money. So
Because people thought that their decision on creating the budget was setting the mill rate. Now, when you don't talk about it, because you're making a decision in April about what you're going to vote on in June, and you don't set the mill rate until October. But you're talking about October now.
Yeah.
It just happened. But you're talking about it now. How do we make that number come as close to something that we can digest as possible? That's the real work, not how much we spend on pencils.
yeah. So anyway, that's a long story to answer your question. Sorry.
Yeah, round the bush.
Okay, that is it? Any other board comments, Greg? No? Okay,
You do have an
we do have
executive
some
session item.
executive session, so I move a motion to move to executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA 4056F to discuss confidential records. You get a second. All in favor? Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming by.
Be in touch, if I can get,
Okay.
was it straps or where?
They're either in here or in the basement at Wharf House, but I'll let you know that.
Find out.
Just get the ramp out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ice in there. I don't think we're getting near the wharf enough to get it out, flow or anything, so.
He could. Probably. That's not gonna, the chain's probably in the ice.
Right.
I'd like to raise them up so they're not underwater.
Mhm. Okay.
I don't know why they designed it that way.
Sounds good.
Stop by this week and we'll do some password stuff in this and we'll get you into things.
Okay.
Right.
We'll make sure the float's out next year.
Yeah.
On time.
Yeah. Sea lights coming out.
Oh.
Well, it's either that or change the way it's done
Or change
and swing
the-
it to the other side. This way we don't really, because if Hammond says, "Ooh, we're beating the snot out of the Viking closes up," you know what we do? We're out of a truck. So
Right.
I don't want to be dependent on somebody if we don't have to be.
Anyway, no matter what.
I want to do the same time and
Great.
All right.
All right, we are back in session. Do I hit the gavel? Bang. Okay. On the executive session, help you with my verbiage. No action by the select board at this time. We want the town manager to meet with the person,
With the applicant, yeah.
with the applicant.
Okay.
And I guess if that's it,
That's it.
we will adjourn.
Adjourn.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
motion to adjourn, seconded and voted.
Oh, Yeah, make the motion.
Motion to adjourn,
I second.
all in favor?
Approved, done.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
What are we doing next meeting? You know.